Money is making you poorer. Why savers are losers. A story they don't want you to know. Lina was only 25, and she believed she was doing everything right with her money. She worked hard at a busy call center, answered endless customer questions with patience, and felt proud whenever her monthly paycheck landed in her account. Every month, after paying her rent and buying groceries, she placed a few banknotes in an envelope. She had even written the word savings across the front in large, hopeful letters. Watching that envelope get thicker gave her a small thrill. She imagined a future where the pile of cash would make her safe, maybe even rich. But something strange began to happen. When Lina went shopping, she noticed that bread, eggs, and milk were all more expensive than before. Her rent crept upward. Even a simple coffee cost a few extra coins. Her envelope still looked full, but it didn't stretch as far as it once had. One rainy evening, she sat at her kitchen table staring at the money. A knot formed in her stomach. "I'm saving," she thought, "but it feels like I'm getting poorer." That weekend, she met her friend Sam at a small cafe near the park. Sam worked in tech support and loved talking about personal finance. He arrived with a smile, carrying 2 steaming cups of tea. "You look worried," Sam said, sliding a cup toward her. "I don't understand," Lina admitted. "I've been so careful. I save every month, but everything keeps getting more expensive. My savings don't help as much as they should." Sam nodded. "That's because of inflation," he explained gently. "Prices go up over time. If your money just sits there, it loses some of its power." Lina frowned. "So saving is useless?" "Not useless," Sam replied. "You need savings for emergencies, but you also need to make your money grow." Lina sipped her tea and listened as Sam shared a new way of thinking. He spoke slowly, knowing English wasn't her first language, and drew little sketches on a napkin. One sketch showed a balloon marked prices rising higher, while a pile of coins stayed still. "That's what happens when you only save," he said, pointing at the coins. "The balloon keeps rising, but your money doesn't follow." On another napkin, Sam drew a small ladder. "Investing is like giving your money steps so it can climb after the balloon." The idea made sense, but Lina felt nervous. "Investing sounds risky," she said. "I don't want to lose everything." Sam shook his head. "It's risky, only if you bet on single stocks or try to get rich fast. I'm talking about simple, steady investing. There are apps where you can buy ETFs baskets of stocks and bonds. You don't need to be an expert. You can start with $20 or $30 a month." That evening, Lina walked home slowly, thinking about balloons and ladders. She realized she had been hiding her money instead of letting it work. Maybe Sam was right. The next day, she sat at her desk with a notebook. She decided to give her money a plan. First, she wrote safety. That meant saving enough to survive if she lost her job or got sick. She learned the phrase emergency fund from an article Sam sent her. 3 to 6 months of expenses, it said. That would take time, but it felt like building a shield. Below that, she wrote, grow. This would be for investments, small steps toward beating inflation. Lina also wrote control. She wanted to know exactly where every dollar went. She downloaded a simple budgeting app, entered her income, and divided it into needs, wants, and savings. Seeing the numbers clearly gave her confidence. A week later, she met Sam again. They sat under a tree in the park, phones in hand. Sam showed her how to open an account on an investment app. Together, they looked at a low-cost index fund. Lina felt her heartbeat quicken as she tapped the button to deposit $30. It wasn't much, but it was a beginning. For the first few weeks, Lina checked the app constantly. Sometimes her balance was a little higher. Other times it dipped. At first she panicked whenever it went down. She called Sam once and said, "I think I made a mistake." "Calm down," Sam laughed. "That's normal. Markets move up and down, but over years they usually rise. Don't watch every day, just keep adding small amounts. Slowly, Lina learned to breathe and leave the numbers alone. Life went on. She still had bills, meals to cook, and laundry to fold. But something inside her had changed. She was no longer only a saver, she was starting to be an investor. One afternoon, as she paid her phone bill, Lina noticed a line on her bank statement interest charges from her credit card. She realized she had been keeping a small balance each month, paying unnecessary fees. That night, she decided to clear the balance completely. She promised herself to use the card only for payments she could cover right away. With her spending under control, Lina began thinking about income. Her salary covered basics, but not much more. She remembered Sam mentioning a side hustle, an extra job for extra income. What could I do? She wondered aloud as she walked through her neighborhood. Then she saw a woman struggling with two energetic dogs. Lina's face lit up. She loved animals. Maybe she could help people walk their pets. That evening, she searched online and found a dog walking app. The sign-up process was simple. Within days, Lina had her first client, a cheerful golden retriever named Max. She discovered that 30 minutes of walking after work not only gave her exercise, but also brought in $80 a month. She divided the money. Half went into her emergency fund, half into her investments. Weeks turned into months. Lina automated everything she could. The day after payday, a small transfer moved money into her savings account. Another sent $30 to her ETF. Because the process was automatic, she didn't forget or spend it accidentally. She liked how disciplined it made her feel, just like practicing new English words every day. There were still moments of doubt. On quiet evenings, Lina sometimes opened the investment app and worried, "Will this really work? What if the market crashes?" But then she would remember Sam's metaphor about planting a tree. You water it a little at a time. At first, you see only a fragile stem. But if you wait, roots grow deep, and one day you rest in its shade. Lina began to enjoy watching her progress. Not every hour, but once a month. She would pour a cup of tea, sit at her desk, and look at the steady rise of her emergency fund and the slow climb of her investments. Even on months when the graph dipped slightly, she felt calm. She understood that growth was not a straight line, and that patience was part of the reward. She also learned to protect her accounts. She created strong passwords, turned on two-step verification, and checked her statements regularly. She ignored emails promising quick profits or secret tricks. She told herself, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. One sunny Saturday, Lina and Sam met again at the cafe where their money conversation had begun. Lina placed her phone on the table and showed him the graphs. "Look," she said, eyes bright. "I finally understand. Saving alone isn't enough. I need to make my money work, just like you told me." Sam smiled proudly. "That's the secret," he said. "You're not only saving now, you're building a future." They clinked their cups together, celebrating small beginnings that could grow into something strong. As Lina walked home that afternoon, she felt lighter. She thought about how far she had come. From a worried young woman staring at a pile of still cash, to someone who knew how to guide her finances with intention. She had learned to balance safety with growth, to stay out of debt, to earn a little more, and to let time and discipline do their magic. She also noticed how her English had improved. Words like inflation, budget, and investment no longer felt heavy on her tongue. She could explain her plan to friends in clear sentences. Money and language, she realized, were alike. Both grew when you practiced steadily. That evening, Lina sat by the window with her journal. She wrote about her journey and listed the habits that helped her most. Keep a shield of cash for emergencies. Give extra money a job so it grows. Track spending with a simple plan. Stay away from expensive debt. Add income with honest work. Protect accounts and stay patient. She looked at the page and felt a quiet pride. The girl who once let her money sleep in an envelope had become a thoughtful planner. She understood that wealth was not a race, but a relationship with time, choices, and courage. As night settled, Lina closed her notebook and watched the city lights flicker. Prices might rise, challenges might come, but she no longer felt powerless. She had tools, knowledge, and steady habits. Most of all, she had belief in herself. From that day on, whenever someone complained about costs or said saving is useless, Lina would smile and share her story. She would explain how saving for safety was wise, but letting money grow was even wiser. She would talk about small steps, clear goals, and the strength that comes from learning something new, whether it's finance or a new language. Money, she had learned, doesn't have to make you poorer. If you guide it carefully, it can become a partner that helps you build the life you want, one patient month at a time. If you enjoyed Lina's journey and want more clear, practical lessons about money and English, don't forget to subscribe to Finance Compass. Every week, we share easy stories, smart tips, and real examples to help you manage money with confidence and improve your English at the same time. Hit the bell so you never miss a video, and let's keep moving together toward freedom with both language and finances.